Shalom. I'm going to give all praise unto the Yahweh Bashim Yahshua and Barak the Yahweh Barak the Yahshua Bashim Makar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, which are the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, to the hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth, confusion of face, as being waken up in these last days. The Most High is doing a great work in the front of our eyes, man. All right, we're shaking up the world by being on the corner reading Bibles and doing lessons. We're shaking the world up, man. We don't need no armies, no planes, no jets to make the world pay attention, man. All right, because the Bible is the book of the world, as you may say. Okay, that's the only book that has gravity. Okay, it's not the Keeper of Negaz, the Book of the Dead, all these other so-called uh, scripts have anything to do with the power of the Bible, man. Because we're seeing it live in effect. All these wars was prophesied to happen. All these things were prophesied to take place. So I just have a couple news stories I wanted to bring out. I was just looking through, and they came up. So I thought it would be. You can't keep up with everything, man. It's happening so fast, so rapidly that you almost gotta just take tidbits out and then let it build up and then go in. All right. So this is just a couple because after the Syrian gas attack, so-called gas attack, and Trump bombing certain spots in Syria, which Russian troops were there. Okay, so United States bombed and killed Russian troops in Syria. They had no way of knowing who was where, who had to take up somebody's shift that day. You know what I'm saying? Those logistics aren't in the mind of Babylon when it did that act. Okay, so Putin is low key. He's making moves, man. All right, because the Most High is the one that stay in the hand of Russia until what? The prophecies are fulfilled and the elect is bound up. All right, so I'm going to read this article. This is from Daily Star. It says, Russian military takes over Syrian capital as Putin's grip on country tightens. So the more that these attacks or the so-called bombings take place, Russia digs deeper and deeper into that region. So they're not going anywhere. They're not backing off. They're not so-called giving up support for Assad. They're hunkering down in Syria. All right. So it's just going to get that much more difficult to so-called do something in Syria without having a direct effect on Russian troops or their logistics. Okay. So it says Russian military takes over Syrian capital as Putin's grip on country tightens. And it says, according to Russian media report, military vehicles and personnel are patrolling the southern district of Damascus, which were only recently purged of militants. It's because before that so-called attack, Russia and Assad were winning, man. They were clearing out the so-called proxy war of the proxies of the U.S., those militants that are trying to come against the government of Assad. It says all major streets in the outskirts of the city will now be monitored by Russian forces. Although a few small areas are still under the control of ISIS militants, it comes as war tension in the country were heightened. Just days ago, Israel attacked Iran military bases with missiles in response to an alleged assault on the Israel-held Golan Heights. All right, and Golan Heights is a part of Syria. Okay, you can see it says Israel strikes Iran in Syria in response to rockets. See, these are the certain photos. Let's keep going. And it says the two countries are now on the brink of war after U.S. President Donald Trump made the controversial decision to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal. The decision, supported by Israel, has dramatically increased Iran's aggression in the Middle East and could spark World War III, experts have warned. It says Iran has been a key ally in the Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, who is also backed by Russia during the country's bloody civil war. It is in stark contrast to the United States, which has backed rebels trying to oust Assad. And then this article says World War III fears as U.S. and Russia draw up attack options. And you can see right here, these are different military installations and military pieces that are already set on the board. All right, these are in Syria, around the Middle East area. Those are the I think those are the S400s or S300s right here. So I'm just going through some of these pictures and show, man, hey, the weapon Ezekiel 38 is coming into play. But let me go ahead and pull up these scriptures real quick. This is Proverbs 16:9. It says, a man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. So who's directing Russia and doing what it's doing? It's the Lord at the end of the day. It's the power of Yahweh Shema Shai that's moving them towards the goal that he wants set or he wants met. All this is for his will. Who has resisted his will? It says a divine sentence, verse 16 and 10. It says a divine sentence is in the lips of the king, but the mouth transgresseth. It says his mouth transgresseth not in judgment. That's it on that. That main point was in 16 and 9. But this is Proverbs 20 and 24. Men's goings of the Lord, how can a man then understand his own way? So Russia don't know what they're doing. Like the apostle said, if they really understood this thing that we in the times that we living in, they would have a big meeting and say, we need to stop this. You're an Edomite. I'm an Edomite. We need to stop this and don't war with each other so we can continue to rule the world and we all live in power and wickedness. But that's not going to happen because they don't even understand what's going on. They don't know why they're in Syria. They don't know why they're getting ready to go to war. We're telling them. By way of the scriptures, we're telling them and explaining it, but they don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. Why is Bashar al-Assad even on the scene? Every one of these guys are players in the movie. Okay, and it says, "Men's goings of the Lord, how can a man then understand his ways?" All right. So let me jump into the next article because it's funny. I seen this article come out. It says nuclear bunkers reveal what it's really like living in war shelter. So why would they bring out this article in these times? They're showing you, I think it's Cheyenne, the top secret nuclear bunker, which is the one they show you. So imagine the one that they don't show you, the one that's super secret that only the elites know of. Okay, those are the ones that are going to be inhabited by the elites. But like it says, the damage that's getting ready to take place here by way of the angels too, the bunkers can't save you, man. Just like Esau got bunker busters, the chariots got bunker busters, man. They can go to the core of the earth. You see how hot lasers burn? They can intensify and cook the whole metal. Man, the times are gonna be, man, they're going to be incredible. Okay, it says nuclear bunkers reveal what it's really like living in war shelter, and it says, I play the video.
So we do occasionally we'll call our ourselves America's Fortress for a reason, and that is because we are, by design, here for the worst day in American history. We are sitting here today as the #1 DoD rated EMP protected facility. We like to say we're the most secure facility in America, because when you're doing command and control of our nation's defense, the security levels are very, very high. Hearing that thud of the blast door shutting, that leaves an impression on you that you're inside some place that not everybody can get to, and it's someplace important. So one of the ways I try to describe what Cheyenne Mountain is for, and really kind of an analogy that people can understand why it's here and what our mission is I equate it to the nervous system in the human body. If you sort of see satellites ground-based sensors around the world, mobile systems that send us signals, all those hundreds and thousands of sensors around the world that send signals back to us, tell us about an airplane, about a missile launch, about stuff in space for our national defense.
Alright, that's it on that. Excuse me. Why is that they coming out with that now? Because it's getting ready to go. It's getting ready to be live in effect, man. Waiting on the mark. The mark, and there Esau's already digging into hell. That's why I pulled this up, Amos 9:2. But that's not gonna save him. Like it says, man, the faithless, they think that you can dig your way past judgment. That's why it says, let the rocks fall on us to hide us from the face of him that sitteth upon the throne. If I'm paraphrasing, I might pull that too. This is Amos 9 and verse 2. And it says, though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves at the top of Carmel, which is a mountain. What is that? What is that? Cheyenne is a mountain. Okay, it's a mountain bunker. But they got many of them across the planet Earth. It says, I will search and take them out thence. And though they hide from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. So that's showing you, man. Hey, that when in history has men hid themselves at the bottom of the sea? When were men in the ancient world hiding at the bottom of the sea? They couldn't breathe down there. They didn't have the apparatuses to breathe down there. Even if they had some makeshift, not to hide indefinitely. That's speaking about now. That's how you know that this Bible is written in parabolical form. But it's showing you that they're speaking about those underwater bases, those space bases, those mountain bases. I show you this thing is real, man, because they're doing it right now in the times that we living in. Never in history has men hid themselves at the bottom of the sea where the Lord had to make Leviathan come and bite them. You know? And if you and bring up the paperwork, if there ever been that time, bring them up. Bring them up. You won't find it. This is Revelation 6:16. And it says, and he said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth upon the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. And who's the Lamb? Yahweh Shai. That's the Lamb. All you got to do is read Revelation 5 on down, man. That's the Lamb. He's coming, man. That's going to be the destroyer, man. He's coming. Because when we was on the planet Earth, the last time the Romans slaughtered him, man, and crucified him. So you know what's going to happen? Hey, payback is sweet. What does it say? Revenge is a dish best served cold. All right? So with that, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. Rakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai. Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai. Rakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai. Bashim Rakar Kodash. Shalom, Akim. We living in beautiful times. Abaratazah, this was edifying, and I'm gonna keep them coming as long as I can. You know, this thing, hey, the Most High is working in these days, man. If you can't get excited now, you ain't meant to be excited. Shalom.